So how are we going to train them? Obviously, they're going to need the formal EMT training. They're going to need first aid certification, and there's a whole bunch of steps and processes that they have to take in order to consider themselves an EMT. So the different types, there's going to be presentation, like classroom learning, and that's where the explicit knowledge comes from, just the anatomy and biology, and knowing the skeletal structure and other things like that. They're going to need the formal training, like I said, for the certification, and that comes with classes. Simulation, that's probably the best type of learning that they can get, because it's more of the hands-on, and that's proven to be the best. It transfers to the job the best. They're also going to need the tacit knowledge, which comes from simulation and experience. Not only are they going to need the certification, but we're also going to need to keep them up on the certain techniques in-house so they don't lose their touch, so to speak. So when they do go on these trips and they do experience, or someone experiences a major injury, then they are ready and prepared to deal with it. And then in order to get them motivated to learn and making sure that the training transfers to on the job, we're going to need a lot of support from the other employees and their superiors, because the EMT training is pretty rigorous and taxing mentally and physically. So they're going to need a lot of support. You have to keep reminding them why they should learn. First of all, they need it for the job. Second of all, they need it to save people. It's because if someone's, for instance, if someone's paralyzed and they aren't trained, then we're going to have to wait, a couple hours before a helicopter can come and pick them up. So feedback also is very important, because then they can adjust their skills and behaviors in accordance with how they should do it rather than the way that they are doing it. We need to make them feel confident so they have the desire to do a good job, and that, I think, just the basic want to help someone is motivation enough. We have to keep them goal-oriented, because the main goal is to keep people safe, and in the occurrence of an injury is to do the right procedures and treatment. And another way that we're going to keep them motivated is not training them because something's wrong, it's training them to improve on what they already have.
Speaking to the culture of our organization a little bit, we're very adventure focused, because the bottom line is anybody that's drawn to our type of work is very into adventure. So speaking to that a little bit, all the artifacts that we're going to have on display around the office, they're going to be like photographs of all of our trips, like river rafting, extreme skiing, skydiving. We're just going to have records of all that around to remind employees and clients what it is we do and how passionate we are about it. We're also going to be very proud of our accomplishments and awards, so we'll have all of those posted up around too, so the employees know exactly what kind of organization they work for. We're going to be in plain sight to inspire everyone. We'll also host a lot of ceremonies for the employees, in which we'll award all of our most excellent employees with the best awards that we have. And that will foster a little competition amongst everyone, which we think is healthy, because it'll yield a little bit of strong team building, which every good organization needs. We'll also have a strict set of espoused values. The principal among those is a commitment to excellence. And when I say excellence, really what I mean is safety. Since we're in such an extreme line of work, safety is really the key to our success. So we demand very, very strict safety standards of all of our employees. We demand that they take all sorts of precautions, have all the accreditations, and that they're all very well equipped for wherever it is that they are. When I say that, I mean, say, skiers, they need to know exactly what a snowdrift does, how it behaves, and how to rescue people if there's an avalanche. So for socializing new employees, like we said earlier, part of the interview process is taking everybody out, getting them acquainted on a zip line, having fun, making sure that they're a strong team. Because we feel like the best way to have a strong team is to get a group of individuals that genuinely like being around each other. So that's the way we handle this.
And now we're at the performance management section of our business. And so for the focus on performance is going to be the behavioral rating scale, focused on competency for all the ways that they handle different situations when they're going out and doing things the surveys that we're going to do are going to really benefit for our appraisals. The surveys we're going to have done by the employees that work within the company about them. We're also going to have our customers fill out the surveys after they've gone on some of the treks and adventures that they're doing. That way we have a variety of perceptions as far as how that employee is really being received. And we can take those surveys and apply it to the actual scorecard that we're going to use during our appraisal feedback. And so that way a lot of the rater errors will be minimized within having the different opinions. And I think one of the most important ones is the customer element of it, because if they have that